By 1200 BCE, the Eastern Mediterranean and the Near East were dominated by a highly advanced network of regional superpowers. The Egyptians, the Hittites, the Mycenaeans, and the Babylonians managed complex palace economies, controlling vast territories from these massive fortified stone centers. Historical accounts from the reign of Ramses III blamed a shadowy group of seafaring warriors known as the Sea Peoples for this destruction. Investigators are now looking past these raiders to explain why the most advanced system on Earth failed so quickly. Archaeological evidence shows that coastal cities across the Mediterranean were sacked and burned, with the Hittite Empire being wiped off the map entirely. Modern analysis of these sites suggests the Sea Peoples were a symptom of a larger catastrophe, moving not as a traditional conquering army, but as a massive wave of armed displacement. To find what forced this displacement, scientists have turned to the physical record preserved in ancient pollen grains and cave stalagmites. This data reveals a megadrought. As rainfall levels plummeted, agricultural surpluses evaporated, leading to widespread famine and mass migration. Simultaneously, an earthquake storm, a cluster of high-magnitude quakes, systematically shattered the infrastructure of cities already weakened by starvation. These environmental failures forced entire populations to migrate in a desperate search for survival, creating a wave of conflict the ancient world could not contain. The empires of 1200 BCE shared a critical economic vulnerability: their hyper-globalized reliance on the supply of bronze. Forging bronze required tin, which had to be imported via a single fragile trade route stretching all the way from modern-day Afghanistan to the Mediterranean coast. When drought and migration disrupted these routes, the supply chain snapped. Without tin, armies could not forge weapons to defend their cities, and farmers lacked the tools required to grow food during the drought. These palace economies were rigidly over-centralized, relying on heavy taxes from commoners to support the ruling elite. When the palaces failed to provide food or security, internal rebellions broke out, destroying the centralized systems from within. Once international trade stopped, the centralized economic structure evaporated under the weight of its own starving, revolting populations. Historians identify this total breakdown as a systems collapse. The sequence of ruin followed a specific path. Drought led to famine, which caused mass migration. These migrations severed trade, triggering total internal rebellion. Their globalization became the agent of their destruction, turning interconnectedness into a fatal weakness. Humanity entered a centuries-long dark age, waiting for the remnants of these civilizations to slowly rebuild from the ruins. This collapse illustrates how environmental and economic shocks cascade through even the most advanced interconnected societies. The Late Bronze Age ended when its complex systems were pushed past their breaking point. Subscribe today for more in-depth historical investigations.